Hey guys, I'm gonna make another audio just because I had a very interesting question by a client. And I think that this is something I have addressed a lot of times in the past. So some of you already know this. But for those of you who don't, please listen to this. It's important. Um, this client has asked me, should she continue manifesting her person like she's been doing for a year now? And I was like, no, stop manifesting. And then she was like, but why? I'm trying to do everything I can because we're not in contact. So I'm really trying to do everything I can. So, what is the problem here? We're going to be discussing the whole manifesting thing, but first of all, what you can see from the sentence, I'm trying to do everything I can, it shows so much neediness. Like, I really have to do everything, I have to work hard. So, it's also showing that this person doesn't think that she deserves this person back basically just the way she is, but she needs to work hard on doing something. And I don't mean work hard on herself, but work hard on doing some actions so this person will come back. Guys, this is not how people come back. Let's get into the whole manifesting thing. Obviously, spells manifest people and things, right? And this is not the topic. What she was referring to was those manifestation techniques, basically, that are all over the place. I'm sure everybody knows about it. It's Neville Goddard, it's a lot of other authors, and like they're all over YouTube and TikTok, and everybody now is a manifestation coach, and there's a bunch of videos and blah blah blah. Anyways, what they're suggesting is to do a bunch of affirmations about the person, like Ted loves me, Ted is back, Ted and I are married, things like that. And also to kind of pretend that you have this person, so it's like called living in the end. So let's discuss all of this. First of all, affirmations, like affirmations, are not bad at all, and I use them as well, obviously in my reprogramming audios for you guys. But what is the purpose of an affirmation? The purpose is not to bring back an ex. So, affirmations are used to reprogram your brain, which basically means to change your mindset and to change your limiting beliefs. Why? Because by changing these things, these blocks we might have, we are changing our vibration. And vibrational change, as you know, is essential for successful spell work because your vibration needs to match my spell work. Everything is energy. Spell work is basically, or magic, it's basically energy work, right? I'm working with energies here. So this is why it's essential. So the reason why we use affirmations is to change our vibration, basically. And we can use them without spell work. So if we have a minor issue with somebody, or a minor issue with whatever it is in life that is not a hard situation, we can only use vibrational work, and this might fix itself. Because when our vibration fixes, good things will be happening. So, as you know, if your situation is easy, you will not need magic, and I will recommend just doing vibrational work. So, yes, vibrational work is great. So, we can call it manifesting because everything we do is basically manifesting, and nothing wrong with that. Now, what is the problem with affirming for your ex? So, basically, the thing is, in this manifestation community, they claim that nobody has free will. Only you have free will, like in your reality, and nobody else does. Everybody else is just a puppet and is just reflecting reflecting you. They're like mirroring you. Now, absolutely, people do respond to us based on our energy. We talk about this a lot, and this is true. But it's not because they don't have free will. It's because energies work that way, and energies attract or they repulse or whatever, but everybody has free will. And you've probably noticed that people have free will because this thing they're talking about does not work, right? If you tried it, it doesn't work. Every single person has free will. Nobody is a puppet. They're people. They're people with like pasts, and like they're also complex, just like you are. Every single person is complex and complicated, and they're just making everybody a puppet, which is not true. Come on, let's be realistic here. Can everybody be a puppet? I mean, this theory sounds really good to somebody who is desperate, right? Because, oh, great, so everybody's a puppet and I can control everybody. So it also kind of gives people this sense that they can control others, which is absolutely not true. And this is something we really need to leave in the past. We do not control people, and we can't. And this is probably the reason why so many people think that magic can be used to control somebody, to force somebody to do something, which is not true. So it's also, I think, really bad because it gives you the idea that you can control everybody and you can control things. And this is, I think, the main problem with a lot of us, because we can't let go and we can't like stop trying to do something because we think that we need to control everything and that we can control things. But the reality is that we can't, and we need to let go of the whole idea of trying to control something. So we can try to influence something, we can try to get a second chance. Those are all human behaviors that are normal and great. But like trying to control and force, that's not how it works. And when you approach the whole manifestation thing in this manner, like I'm gonna control something and I'm gonna force somebody to come back, that is that is completely wrong. Number one, it shows a lot of issues, and it just doesn't work like that. Another thing is when you repeat over and over that Ted is back, Ted is back, Ted loves me. What is happening in your brain? So we are using these affirmations that we repeat to reprogram our brain. So you may think, oh, but, well, then I'm gonna think that Ted is actually that it's possible that Ted will come back, and I'm gonna kind of reassure myself that Ted loves me. But the thing is, when you're doing it for a specific person and you're just mentioning their name over and over again, it creates a lot of obsession. And you already are obsessed with that, clearly, since you're going down this route. And instead of letting go and detaching and focusing on you, what you will be doing is creating more obsessiveness and more neediness. And you're just gonna do a really bad thing to yourself and to your brain. So let's talk about living in the end now. So people tend to think that living in the end means pretending you're married to Ted or pretending Ted is back and kind of trying to be delusional and like convince yourself, okay, Ted is back now. You're like putting two plates at the dinner table and they suggest stuff like that. That is that is only going to drive you crazy, honestly. That is going to drive you crazy. That's not normal behavior. That is not something you should be doing. What living in the end actually should be interpreted as, and listen to me because this makes sense, is just being in the vibration you would be in if you had this person back. So if you had this person back, you would not be needy or desperate, right? You would be happy and content. And this is why we work on ourselves and being happy and content as we are at the moment, because that is the point. We are supposed to be happy by ourselves. This doesn't mean that we shouldn't be looking for love or like getting back together with someone. It only means that we need to realize that happiness comes from us and not others. So other people's missions are not to make us happy. And a lot of people will think I'm gonna die if this person doesn't come back. I'll never be happy because I can't be happy on my own. And that is the problem. You should be happy on your own. And absolutely, you should want this person back. And yes, this person would make you happier, but you should be content and happy on your own. You should be happy by yourself. And that is the point of living in the end. Just being content, because you would be content if you would have that person. It's not about putting extra plates and being delusional and things like that. So I think that there is a lot of a lot of bad advice online in general. For example, the relationship coaches that claim that if he wanted to he would, and like all sorts of stuff that are absolutely not true, because there's all kinds of people. Everybody is very complex and complicated. They make it so simple, like everybody behaves a certain way, everybody reacts to a certain thing in the same way, and everything means just one thing. And that is ridiculous. If you think about it, let's be real, it's ridiculous. People are different, people are complex, people are not puppets, people have free will. Let's all just please understand that. And all of this advice you find and all of these techniques you find are unhealthy. And think about just how silly it all is. Just do you really believe that everybody is a puppet and that you're the only person that controls everything and everybody? That's not true. That is not true. Let's be real here. I guess that people have kind of decided to create it because we as human beings, we do crave that control. We want to control things. So this is just like perfect for everybody who's trying to control something, just to believe in this techniques and kind of think, yes, this is great, I'm going to be able to control everything. But that is not what's good. So let's repeat again. With our spell work, the only thing we need to do is work on our vibration. And we work on our vibration by reprogramming our brains. And that is just focusing on us and on our internal issues. It's all about us, and this is what we're focusing on. If you're doing affirmations, they're about us or just about love in general, so we can know that we deserve it, so we can know we're worthy of it. But it's not about repeating what Ted is supposed to think or feel. And no, only just because we say Ted loves us, it doesn't mean that Ted will magically hear this and will be controlled by this sentence we're saying. Absolutely not. So I hope this is clear and helpful.